Welcome to the Bob and Tam Show today.
And our excellent adventures.
What we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about, hey, we're 60 days or less away from Sturgis opening day. We're going to talk about that today, so stay tuned.
So don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and think about Patreon.
You know, first off, one of our great subscribers, which, hey, all of you are great subscribers, but Mike goes a little extra, and we got a lot of you guys that do that, and girls, that go out a little extra and give out some good information. He put this out on Facebook the other day. You guys need to check it out because he's on our group page. You need to check it out because he's having a party. You guys are invited to it, but you got to go to Facebook to find out where it is and when it's going to be.
Yep.
So today, that's what we're going to talk about. Is he gave a really good explanation. We're going to add a little bit to it about thinking about, hey, the rally is coming up, and here's the things you need to start thinking about. You know, the number one question that everybody asks is, hey, what kind of weather is it going to be out there in Sturgis?
All kinds.
You know, we've seen it get into the high 30s. We've even seen a couple of snow flurries, and we've seen temperatures over 100 degrees.
Yep.
If you're not coming from a state that has humidity, believe me, it could be like Florida there. So expect anything from extreme cold to extreme heat. Now, depending on where you're coming from, may not be so extreme, depending on which way you go. But that's one of the things you got to start thinking about. Hey, what should I pack and what should we bring for clothes? You know, depending on where you're coming from, if you're riding your bike in, you got to think about that too. You know, what kind of weather am I going to travel through? And the other thing we have been in is hail. We've been in Rapid City, we've had hail. Rain, the good odds are you're going to get wet sometime during the rally. So be prepared for that. A lot of times it's going to be that time when you're out there at that concert, because that's where, you know, it's typical summertime weather that in that area, or pretty much anywhere in the United States, when it gets to be, the humidity gets high, temperatures change at night, and here comes the thunderstorms. Yep. So they can come up in a real big hurry. You know, you definitely want to bring some rain gear. Bring some quality rain gear. You know, there's some cheap stuff out there. We bought that bad mistake of before. We bought some cheap stuff. It lasted about a year. The next year we got soaked wearing it. We ended up spending the money and we got some Harley Davidson stuff. Somebody said the Amazon's not too bad, but we haven't had a chance to check that one out.
I think mine's actually from JP Cycles, and it's pretty good.
Yep, that's right. You did. I think you did get it from JP Cycles. So you get you a quality one. Don't get the cheap ones because, hey, once you get wet, it doesn't do you any good. If you're staying at a hotel or you're staying at a campground, pretty much most of these all have laundromats. There's also one in town you can actually drop your stuff off and they'll do it for you.
Fluff and fold.
For a price. It's right there next to the Indian dealer, so you can check that out if you need it. If you're thinking about doing your laundry, one of the things that Mike had brought up was, which we've never ran into this issue, but they seem to run low in quarters as the rally gets going. So you might consider bringing you a roll of quarters just in case to do your laundry. Yeah, depending on how much laundry you're going to do.
Sometimes it's expensive if you're doing it yourself.
Could be, last time in Sturgis, I think it was about $3 per load. You're going to buy some stuff while you're there. You're going to buy some t-shirts. She's going to buy some nice shirts probably. You know, so you don't need to pack quite as much stuff as you think you're going to need, because you can always, once again, you can do laundry, and you can also do, you can pick up some new things.
Yeah, so leave room for that, because I always do that. We go on vacation and I pack to the max, and then we buy stuff, and now I'm stuck trying to figure out. We usually end up buying another bag wherever we go.
So try to pack light. You know, we always bring an extra pair of shoes. We always wear our boots on the motorcycle, and we always pack, I wear tennis shoes. Sometimes, I don't know if she brings her tennis shoes, or I think she brings two pairs of shoes. She brings the tennis shoes and some sandals, and shoves them in the side of the bag. So, you know, we try to pack, and we do really well. We normally, when we go to the rally, before doing YouTube, we could stay there a whole week and we could pack everything. She got one side, I got one side. We had the tour pack, and then we had a bag on top of the tour pack. We pretty much put all of our stuff in there, and we had enough to get by. You know, your jeans and stuff, you can wear them a couple of days. You know, you just got to bring underwear and socks, plenty of that for the time. Right. But like I say, we ended up doing the laundry. Pretty much every time we go, we at least do the laundry, usually once, just to make sure we have everything. You know, one of the other things we want to talk about, if you're looking at buying t-shirts and stuff, you know, the best prices, if you make it all the way to the bitter end that Sunday, they pretty much give some discounts on prices to try to get it out, because nobody wants to pack that stuff up and take it out of town. No. So that's the thing you're looking at.
So if you want that special shirt, though, if you see a shirt you really, really like, get that one, because sometimes when you get there, the slim pickings if you wait till Sunday, the last day of the rally, to get those special deals. So if you find a shirt you really like, buy it when you see it.
You know what else you got to think about is you probably, if you're one of those guys that work on your bike and you check it all out and you do all your servicing and all that kind of stuff, you know, it's not a bad idea to take your bike to, you know, what we call a professional. Could be a dealership, could be a regular mechanic shop that works on bikes, to give that bike a once good look over. You know, it never hurts to have a second pair of eyes to take a look at that bike. You know, you just don't want to have something happen when you're on the road.
Going home.
That's
yeah.
right. So you just want to make sure you're safe going and coming back. So if you're thinking about getting some work done at the rally, you know, what we always tell everybody to do is most of the vendors that we give shout outs for, they can set up appointments, you know, Speeds and Rick Rack and Fairing Exchange
and Doyle Adam and all of those guys.
All About Customs. All these people will set you up an appointment to get you in and get you out. And there's nothing better than to be able to drop your bike off at 9 o'clock in the morning and you can come back at noon and pick it up, versus dropping it off and having no idea what time that day they're going to get to it.
If they'll be able to get to it that day.
So that's the first thing. You know, and if you don't know that, let's say, hey, I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, what you do is when you first get to that rally, start going around and checking out the vendors first. Go out there to Rapid City, go check the ones downtown, figure out what you want and get in there right away before the crowds all get there. You don't want to wait till Tuesday or Wednesday and go, okay, I want to go ahead and get my motor rebuilt while I'm here. You know, you're probably not going to get it done, because people, as the rallies go, it gets to be by Saturday, you know, usually by about halfway through, or sometimes it's even by Monday, they're already booked up for the full week, especially like at Speeds and things like that. So it's like us, we're getting our bike worked on in Laconia, and I'm set up for the very first day at the very first time, because you want to get in and get out as quickly as possible. And if there is a problem, there's still time to get something you might need, parts or something like that, when you're in there.
So if you know you want something specific, especially, and you call and make the appointment, you'll know they'll have the parts that you need for your bike. Because sometimes, you know how shipping and stuff goes, they may not have all the parts there. So if you call and make your appointment ahead, tell them what you want done, they'll be sure to have the parts there for you.
That's right, with your name on them. You know, this year's going to be a lot different than a lot of other years have been. Not saying that there's been other years that the prices have been crazy, but I mean, gas this year is probably going to be the highest it's ever been. So, you know, if you're traveling all the way there, especially like us with the RV, we're already figuring it's probably going to cost us over $2,000 just in gas to get to Sturgis from the New York area, because we're going to be coming from Laconia. So figure that out. Also, if you're staying in hotels, Mike brought it up because he's a trucker and he stays at a lot of places and sees different prices. He's even seen the Motel 6s out here on the road are jumping up to $100. Holy crap, it used to be $6. That's what Motel 6
Where
stood
did that
for.
go?
So make sure you budget everything on the way, going and coming back, that you're going to have plenty of money to get there. You know, maybe you're not going to be able to spend as much money when you get to Sturgis. Maybe you won't be able to buy all those t-shirts for your friends and take them home and things like that. You know, wait and see how things go. You know, we've got videos back here that we've done before. It talks about how you can stay for free, how you can eat cheap. There's all kinds of ways that you can save money. There's also low cost prices that you can go and drink. What you want to do is you want to kind of make a plan when you're getting to Sturgis. If you've never ever been to Sturgis before, you can go back and watch. We've got 2 years worth of playlist here that you guys can check out, show you the things to do, places to go, all the kind of events. That way you can see. You can also go on the websites of the big places like Full Throttle, Buffalo Chip, the Iron Horse.
Winco.
They all have a schedule of their bands now. Pretty much all of them do. We put a couple of them up on our Facebook group, so you guys can check it out there.
And Mike always keeps us posted when there's any new bands on the horizon.
Yep. So hopefully some of these hints that we've given you today, which came from Mike, which is one of our subscribers.
Thank you, Mike.
We solely appreciate it. And,
if you want to see his point of view, which is very similar to this, you can check him out on Facebook, on our Facebook page.
Yep, and he comes on live off and on. He does some videos for us. He's done a lot of things. You guys should check him out. He actually does a really good job. We'll probably get him on when we're in Sturgis. We'll probably sit down with him and have some talk with him and a couple other people, Neil from Alaska and things like that. Probably get a couple of those guys on there to tell you about their experience, because a lot of these guys have been there a few more times than we've been. So remember that. You make the rally what you want to make it. But there's some of the best riding that you're going to find. We're going to have a lot of great videos coming out starting. We're going to be there about the 30th. I don't know if there's 31 days in July and June.
There's only 30.
So 30th or July 1st, we'll be putting out videos every day about what's going on in Sturgis, who's coming, what's going on. We got a lot of meetings set up that we're going to be meeting with.
So thanks for coming along, Dave. We hope you got a lot of great information out of this video. Thanks so much to Mike for helping us with this information. He gave us a lot of it. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Share us with your family and friends. Think about Patreon. Give us a big thumbs up. Ring that bell for notifications. And we'll see you on the next video.
And we'll see you in a day or so.
Here we go.